Finally, it's raining in Sweden. I have been longing for this. We are having quite a dry summer this year too. I am a bit tired of it. I must say it makes it a bit difficult to grow my kitchen garden. I wanted today to share with you the moment when I make sowings in my new garden beds, one of the garden beds that I am creating this year in a completely new area in where I grow vegetables this year. I made quite a messy live video for you the other day just to show you this area and talk a bit about what I am doing. And when I have shared like pictures and Instagram stories, people have asked me to share also the sowings. So today I thought I'll do that. But it's raining and it is exactly the way I planned it to. The only thing that's different is that it's a bit difficult to make a video while it's raining. So I will do the talking parts in here in my polytunnel and then show you in sequences how I make the sowings, right? So the first thing, I have so far created 3 new garden beds, and I will share with you in a blog post exactly like the details and how I have made the garden beds and also the pathways. Very briefly, it's like cardboards that I put directly on the ground and then soil on top. And this is like it's like a compost that I bought in big sacks from a company delivered to my garden. And I put it in a layer, it's like 10 centimeters thick on top of the cardboards. And yesterday I finished this 3rd garden bed because I had checked the weather reports and I could see that we are expecting rain, right? So I wanted to finish this garden bed so I could make the sowings in like moist soil. I managed to complete the bed yesterday, and tonight we had rain, and it's also been raining in the beginning of this day. So what I have done now is that I have decided what to grow in this bed, and my choice is corn salad, lamb's lettuce, and spinach. And I am very lucky because I have my own seeds collection along with Nelson Garden. It's like Scandinavia's biggest seeds company. And last year I made this collection. It's 54 seeds, varieties that I have chosen because they have qualities that suits very, very good for growing in cold conditions. So these seeds can actually be sown in winter, or they are very, very hardy and can stand long in the kitchen garden in winter time, and so that I can harvest when it's cold, right? So I have chosen spinach and corn salad, lamb's lettuce, as I said. And lamb's lettuce is leafy green that's very, very hardy. Someone said that it's hardy down to like minus 30 degrees Celsius. I don't know what that is in Fahrenheit, but it's very, very cold. And I can grow it in the open, I can grow it in the greenhouse or in a pallet collar, a raised bed, and even in pots, right? So it's a bit slow in the beginning, but when it germinated and start to grow, it will develop very quickly. And I can expect to harvest the lamb's lettuce in like September, October, November, and then through winter if it's not snowy. And my favorite variety when it comes to this leafy green is the variety called white. It's a very, very nice leaves. This seeds collection will be available in Denmark, Finland and Norway from the beginning of August. It's so exciting. It's been very popular in Sweden. right? So white. And then we have spinach, and I have chosen the spinach variety Palko. And Palko is a variety that grows very, very fast. And it's slow on like bolting or producing flowers. In our climate in Sweden, it's very important to look especially for things not bolting. And spinach is a bit tricky because when we sow spinach in summertime, because of the daylight and the heat, it will bolt. But we can succeed with the sowing now in late July, for example, if we choose varieties that are slow on bolting. And Palko is one of the varieties that I have tried several times with a very good result when it comes to summer sowings. And I will repeat my sowings several times. I can sow spinach and get a nice harvest from spinach in Sweden, sowing in July, August and September. It's important to know that you can sow that late in fall and still get an harvest. Not the big leaves then, tiny, tiny leaves then. But this one will produce, I guess, pretty large leaves. Okay, in Sweden we have a season that is quite short. And people expect it to be even shorter, I would say. And that's a pity because you can actually grow vegetables, not all vegetables, but some vegetables late in the season because they are hardy and they can stand the cold. Also in the open. And this goes for all Sweden. I mean, even the upper north, you can actually grow vegetables pretty late in the season if you choose the right varieties, like the ones in my seeds collection. So what I have done today now is that this garden bed, as you can see, it's 3 of them. In this one covered with a net, I made a sowing 2.5 days ago. A lot of leafy greens like pak choi and rucola, arugula, lettuce and broccoli and lots of different things. And they are germinating and I am very excited about that. In this garden bed in the middle, I planted also 2.5 days ago beets that I have sown in a plug tray and transplanted out here. And in the middle there is oh my goodness, I should have checked this up. Honungsfacelia. Well, you can see the English name here. So this is a flower and it's very, very good for bees and insects. And I just love the color of this flower. And the third bed here is the one that I finished yesterday. And it looks a bit messy, but one thing that I have learned through my years in the garden is that the most important thing for me is actually to sow. If I don't sow anything, I will get nothing to harvest. So today I will make the sowing and I will fix the rest, the pathways and wood chips and everything, a fence and a small greenhouse that I am dreaming about. I will do that later on. I have all fall to do this, but if I don't make my sowings, I will have nothing to harvest. If I don't make a video about it, it will probably take me like 2 minutes to finish this sowing. And I think it's very important to talk about that. It's not complicated. You don't have to prepare that many things or spend a lot of time doing a sowing like this. 2 minutes, and it's all you have to do to get plenty to harvest later on in the season. So I will make very quickly 4 rows. And as you can see here, it's not a lot of space in between them. It's like 10 centimeters or something like that. And I will do a kind of broadcast sowings, which means that I will spread the seeds quite close to each other in this row. I will make 2 rows of spinach and then 2 rows of lammslettuce corn salad. In one package of spinach seeds. There are approximately 800 seeds, and I have spent 2 seeds packages in each row. So all in all, about 2,400 seeds, like 4 seed packages. And in the other part, I have sown, it's like 1.5 seed package of this leafy green, and it's 2,000 seeds in each package. So it's about 3,000 seeds. So I have spread them quite close to each other. And when I hopefully do a follow-up on this video, you will get to see how it looks like when they are growing. And then I simply put back the soil on top of the seeds, and I will just press down the soil a bit so that the seeds will not have that much contact with like air. And you can, if you want to, step very, very carefully on the soil with your foot as well. And the reason I wanted to do this sowings today, even if it's raining, is because the soil is nice moisture in the soil. So that means I don't have to water this. And it will rain, luckily, tomorrow as well. And, you know, spinach will grow in just a couple of days. So maybe tomorrow or the day after that or the other day after that, I can see the seeds germinate, and it will be much better now when the soil is moist. And of course, I am so glad that I don't have to spend our water from the household on this sowing. So this is how simple it is. It's not complicated. And as I said, it may look a bit messy at the moment, but you know, I have created those beds in a very short time, and when it's finished, I have 2 more beds to finish. Then I can start to do the other things while watching my vegetables grow. And there's one more thing that I would like to share with you. If you want to do the same thing in your garden, if you grow vegetables in a cold climate and you want to have some things to harvest late in fall, for example, it's very good to try to keep the sowings that you do for fall harvest, for example, in the same area, because that makes it so much easier to care for the vegetables and to water and to protect the vegetables from like butterflies and caterpillars or cats or children or whatever. If you try to use like small areas wherever you may have them, and they are not located like at the same place, it will be easier to forget and don't have time and I just have to do that thing first. But if you are at the same place, then it's easier for me to care for those 3 beds than 3 very small raised bed or pallet collars. They are spread over different areas in the kitchen garden. So that's an advice I would really like to give you. So now, as we say in Sweden, hold your thumb for my sowings. I am so much looking forward to see the vegetables grow. It's like a drug for me, you know, to see vegetables like when they're germinating and they are when they are developing their leaves, and I finally get to harvest it. Oh, so nice. Hope you like this video, and if you want to, please subscribe this channel. I will try to give you more updates from this area, well, as soon as there's something new to report. Bye bye.